Hi, everyone.
Hello. We're here today. We're going to have a talk, right?
Yes, we are. We're going to have a Tim talk with
And
our tea.
on
And we didn't
cue.
plan it.
No.
And we're just doing this off the cuff. There's something that, like, we want to have these conversations. We'd like to know what you would like to have a conversation with us about. Anytime you want to chime in, leave a comment, and we'll read it at the end.
And so Deanna and I notice patterns with our clients coming in, and we want to talk about some of, actually just really one big pattern that's been happening.
Because it's something that we've worked on really diligently about ourselves.
To overcome and to raise our own vibrations so that we're not feeding into the collective mainstream
fear-based
conversations
yes, because
that are going on everywhere.
Yes, because we have a choice whether or not we want to listen or bring into our awareness, bring into our mind something that doesn't make us feel very good.
Right, right. And so I've learned a long time ago that one of the things that doesn't make me feel good is watching the news. And I would get anxiety from watching the news. And it was very negative. And so I stopped watching the news. My children were young. My children never saw the news. And to this day, they're in their 20s and they don't watch the news. And so.
How do you get your news, though?
So it's interesting because if it's going to directly affect me, I'll hear about it.
Right.
You know,
we'll hear about it from a client.
We'll hear about it. I'll hear about it from somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't have to actively seek what's going on all around the world. I don't really need to know that, especially if it's negative. I want to know the good things that are going on around the world. And I remember when it was in the 80s, and we had a friend
I know what you're going to say.
Yep, who is a publisher, and he went to Santa Fe to work for.
To start a company? Oh, yeah.
No, not to start it. To work for a newspaper called the Good News newspaper.
Yes.
And he used to interview people, and he actually interviewed Shirley MacLaine was one of the people that he interviewed. And so he was even on the Phil Donahue show with other newscasters, and the whole premise of the show was about the good news and then the negative news. And there was only one teeny little good news newspaper back then, and unfortunately it didn't stay.
It didn't succeed.
No. And so but it was a wonderful newspaper. That was